Team Grind, how you living? Do you smell what Dre the Kid is cooking? Judging based off that intro, this is gonna be a story time about WWE. It was WWF back in the day, but due to purposes, we're gonna call it WWE. Now, I grew up watching WWE for years. I'm 25 now. I've been watching WWE since I was about 6 years old, during the Attitude Era in kindergarten. That's why I got started on watching WWE. See, WWE is just as part of my childhood as rap music is, just as much as cartoons, just as much as video games. WWE, doing like my top 4 things growing up in childhood. Shout out to the Four Horsemen. But anyway, though, let's get back to it. Growing up, my favorite wrestlers were The Rock and Stone Cold. Those were my favorite 2 wrestlers to watch. I love their back and forth, and I love their back and forth. My favorite wrestler to hate was Triple H. I could not stand Triple H. I used to get mad every time Triple H won the WWE title, and that what made it so good, because he's the guy you love to hate, and he did a good job of making you hate him. The thing about not just I was in the WWE, but all my friends in the WWE too. Man, Attitude Era, man, that was the ish. It was the ish, man. It don't matter what you was doing. When the moment you hear WWE Raw is Wars on, when you hear Smackdown is on, you stop what you doing and you go in your house and you go watch it. I remember that all the time. We used to be, me and my friends used to be in the football field, playing 7-on-7, having the best football game we have. We competitive. We going at it. Game locked. We can't ain't nobody getting out the field until somebody win. Then somebody say, "Hey, that wrestling on." We in the house. We pick up what we left off. And I can say one of my most favorite storylines that I can remember is when Stone Cold Steve Austin was feuding with D-Generation X. Sorry, drew blank for a second when he feuded with the D-Generation X. Not only that, when D-Generation X feuded with anybody, cause that, like I said, you can love to hate, Triple H, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Badass Billy Gunn. Them ones you just love to hate. And come think about it, if you think about it, WWF is in a sense, let me stop saying F, I ain't trying to get this copyrighted. WWE in a sense was like high school. If you think about it, you had The Rock was the smooth talking ladies man, but he could back up what he's saying. You had Stone Cold, who was pretty much the outsider to what thing going on, and he didn't take no ish for nobody. He was the guy that would slap his boss in his face if he get on his nerves. And you had D-Generation X, who was pretty much the cool guys in the sense that they did whatever they want, whenever they want. And you had, Big Show, Kane, The Undertaker. Those were like the giants. Those were the guys like everybody feared, even though they too much want to be feared, but those are the guys you pretty much feared. And not only that, you had other personalities. You had Too Cool, you had the Hardy Boys, you had Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys. Man, it was so late, man. You couldn't help but to watch every time it came on. Also you want to be like, back to Hardy Boys for a second. Like, really, the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys. Like, those guys attitudes that you want to have, because those guys were fearless, man. They jumping off ladders, go crashing through tables, hitting guys in the head with chairs, and other guys, Mick Foley, who was also fearless, who you question was even human sometimes, because this man jumping off Hell in the Cell, get a tube knocked through his nose, get wrapped up in barbed wire, get caught on fire, get handcuffed, get hit in the head with a chair. You question, was this man even human sometimes? And also, like I said, everybody was tuned in, but then again, it started changing. We went from the Attitude Era to the Ruthless Aggression Era. When the ruthless aggression era, that's when guys like Stone Cold was on his last leg and he was about to get retired, and The Rock retired. And let me tell you about something when The Rock retired. When The Rock left WWE, it's like all the black people stopped caring. It was like that because when I tried to go to my mom, try to talk to her about wrestling, she didn't care because The Rock was there. Nobody, like no other black people cared when The Rock had after The Rock left. Like The Rock is what drew the black people in, and The Rock is only half black. He's half black, half someone, but he would drew people in. But not only that, he was a good performer. The guy was a good performer. He could talk on the mic. He can go in the ring. The Rock was definitely a draw. It definitely was a huge loss. But you had new guys coming in. You had Brock Lesnar coming in. You had John Cena coming up. You had Batista coming in. Even though he wasn't D1 at the time, but he eventually made his way. He eventually made his way up. The ruthless aggression era was a good era. I liked the ruthless aggression era. Was it a good as attitude era? No, it wasn't. But overall, I was still intrigued by the storyline. It's like they created Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar just seemed like an unstoppable beast. Like no one could beat him. If you do beat him, it's like some cause to it, like he got distracted or somebody from the outside interfered. But he almost. It was just like a few times that somebody like out wrestle him. Yeah, that was the way to beat him. Out wrestle him. You gotta either out wrestle Brock Lesnar or you gotta overpower Brock Lesnar. And that's not an easy thing to do. Only people like who can kind of do that doing the WWE was somebody like a Chris Benoit or Eddie Guerrero, and also who made his way up, Kurt Angle. And as far as outpower, only person that straight up outpowered Brock Lesnar was probably Goldberg, who came in a little bit later. Like I said, John Cena made his way up, Brock Lesnar made his way up, Batista made his way up, and Goldberg came in from WCW. You had Booker T, who also came in. So you were seeing old talents and talents from WCW, ECW coming in that were also made the company great. So far as I'm concerned, even when The Rock had left, I was still intrigued. But then let's fast forward. Then the PG era happened. And the PG era in WWE was like, it was one of the worst eras. And like, I'm sorry, it was. Because, you had, wrestlers was playing it safe. They all try to, pander to the kids and do all this. When they had to drop the F-bombs every 2 seconds for me. But the matches weren't as good. The storyline wasn't interesting anymore. It was just a bad era. And what made it worse when Linda McMahon started running for senator. Oh my God. WWE was going for PG to G rating, man. It was just bad. But good thing, they might not look at it as a good thing, but us fans would look at it as a good thing because Linda McMahon lost and WWE kind of started picking back up. For those who don't know, WWE right now as far as NXT definitely picked up, man. Now you had dudes coming in like, let me backtrack for a second, because at first NXT was kind of a joke because it was just basically like a game show. First season was interesting, but after it became like a game show and it was pretty much lame after that. But then Triple H took a hold, and NXT is like, it's basically what WWE used to be back in the day. It was because you got guys who got good characters. You got guys who can wrestle in the ring, do all these high spots, do all the technical submission thing, power, whatever you want to see. NXT got it, especially like I said, especially now when Triple H took control. I'm just gonna name a few guys because it's a bunch, Back then you had guys like the Wyatt family. You got dude like Cesaro. You got right now down in NXT right now. You got guys like Aleister Black. You got guys like Leo Rush. They just signed Ricochet. Velveteen Dream, and I'm gonna stop right there because it's a long list. So basically, etc., etc., etc. But right now, the main focus in WWE right now, I mean not the main focus, but the main platforms, with Raw and SmackDown, it's still struggling. It's struggling because they want to make everything about Roman Reigns. They're not pushing the stars that people want to see. They want to try to make you boo them instead of let you cheer them. And the storylines aren't that good, interesting. At one point in time, it was starting to get interesting again, but then it fell off. But the reason why WrestleMania was even solid is because the performers. It was that time, like I said, is the WWE just pretty much do what they just pretty much doing what they want to do. They're not listening to fans, and I just don't think that's the way to go. Cause you got so many talented guys and women in the WWE right now. It'd be a shame to waste them and not listen to the fans, to give the fans what they want to listen to. Just listen to the fans. You have a good WrestleMania. Example, WrestleMania 30. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this out on social media. Remember, every season is a grind season. Let's get it.